2025 NFL Draft! All righty, yes, that was earlier today. We are live here at Radio Row. As you can see, what's going on over there is the media is sitting there prepping for tonight's NFL draft. And of course, we're giving you a little behind the scenes look here as Jim is taking us through as where we just showed you the media is setting up. We've got all of the networks here, all of the people that are covering the NFL draft. And we'll take you into the NFL draft room right here. This is where they just fed us a couple of minutes ago. Some good food, wasn't it, Troy? It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good stuff. Looks like beef tenderloin, chicken, a little mashed potatoes, so all that fun stuff.
One-on-one. The interviews, the local media will get an opportunity, but this is where we'll see 15 of the top draft picks tonight. They'll be on the stage, but then they'll come back here and face the media and hear all the crazy questions about what their favorite color is and what do they think about the president and all things that have nothing to do with football. But that is a look at behind the scenes, and I am so excited as I turn a little bit here and we adjust on the fly. Oh, this is live TV, and thank you, Jim, for being a part of that. So we're going to get a little cozy here with Johnny Mitchell, and Johnny knows a little bit about the NFL draft, right? Johnny, you were
right.
You were taking the what was it, the 15th overall,
15th pick overall
back in the 1992 draft, and it's pretty cool when you think about it. All those years ago, as we've just watched, what has transpired as far as how big this thing is now. I mean, does it blow your mind what the event has become?
Well, like evolution, I expect the NFL. It has a great product, and it has been worldwide the sports to watch and to bet and to have your favorite players, some of the greatest gladiators on planet Earth. Rome reincarnated all over again.
Well, take us back to those days. I mean, you came out of college as a highly heralded tight end, and the Jets made you that number one pick. What was that process like as they courted you? Or were there other teams that you were disappointed didn't take you?
Well, San Francisco 49ers was a team. They called my mother and they said they was going to pick me at I think the 16th or 17th pick, and the Jets drafted me before them, and I thought I was going to San Francisco. So, but you're going to see a lot of surprises tonight. A lot of teams, it's like playing Texas Hold'em, right?
Look at that young guy right there.
Hey, I think I look a lot. Yeah, I look my age.
You haven't aged much, right,
No,
Troy?
I
He's
love
looking
those
good.
throwback Jets uniforms. Those are nice.
Yes, New York Jets. At that time, they loved me, and they loved me enough to take a 19-year-old kid out of Nebraska. Just was purely raw girth talent. Just it's like taking that goal with all that dross on it, and it looks bad, but once you clean it up, it's a shiny and the most beautiful piece of eye candy you could ever meet.
Speaking of eye candy, Troy, you got a couple of questions.
Speaking of the Jets and tight ends, the Jets are rumored to be into the Tyler Warren, Colton Loveland sweepstakes. What do you like about those two their games, and what do you think of the Jets taking another tight end tonight?
Well, I kind of oppose the Jets taking a tight end. I think the best pick at that spot, if I'm AG, which was my teammate, Aaron Glenn, he was drafted 2 years after me. I know him very well. I remember him as a kid, basically, coming in and teaching him how it works. But I don't know if I'll take a tight end. I think the kid from Arizona Tech, McMillan, is a kid that will pair better with Garrett Wilson. And if I had to put my career on the line, the one thing he needs to know that nobody's going to remember that you are responsible for who you choose. So don't pick it because the media or people tell you it's best. I believe the best available talent, which is a top 5 player, is that kid. I saw him where he had almost 400 yards, and I know football when I see it. Do I believe you or my lying eyes? That McMillan kid remind me of Mike Evans. He's the Mike Evans comp, and I would draft him if I'm AG, Aaron Glenn, or Coach Glenn, as y'all call him.
Well, you talked about it earlier when we were discussing. Why do you wish you could have been drafted right now?
Wow. Because instead of signing a $2 million signing bonus, I would have signed $20 million signing bonus. So I love my mother. I know she's looking down on me somewhere. Yvonne Delana Gill Mitchell. I tell you, if you had me in this area, we'd be living it up, ma.
Well, tell us, and Troy was asking me too, if we could ask that question. What is that mindset? Now, again, it's a little different now because it's a bigger event, but what is that mindset? Knowing where you go, what you control, and where your career is going to start.
Thing is, you got to keep your passion for the game, and you can't allow the distraction of where you're going to go. Wherever you go, you must be applicable. You got to make sure you apply yourself, and to make sure that you give your all, that you're reliable, that you can be trusted on, that you can do your job, you can stay healthy, that you would take care of your body and not allow the distractions to come in your personal life to take away from your God-given abilities. I have a lot of regrets in that area because I lived in New York City in Manhattan, and trust me, I was out and I wasn't doing the things that I should have been doing. I could never tell them no, and you got to tell people no. You got to tell them no. Young guys, listen to me. You better tell them no, and you better stay in the weight room. You better make good relations. You got to have great relation skills, because some of the coaches, some of the in-house people there in the front office, they're going, and you got to be diplomatic. If anything they need to know, be diplomatic, apply yourself, invest in your body, give that money to the United States government, treasury bonds. Do not make bad investment. Don't open up no restaurant. I know could tell you, hey, I remember I said, man, what? He said, I'm about to invest in me a restaurant called Rain. And then that's what happened. People are not as honest. Your investment partners, they will rob you blind. And I'm sure he could tell you about some of the bad financial decisions. So get that money to U.S. Treasuries, tied up for 15, 20, 30 years. Play ball, spend only 25% of your earnings, because you don't know you're going to live longer. You don't want to be like me and others that came after me. A lot of these guys were saved because they get to work in the media. They get to go back to their franchise that drafted them. They made bad investment, but thank God we're in America. Sometimes what happens is you get on and you end up doing better for yourself. I see that Keyshawn was my teammate, and you can see that Keyshawn got, with Fox and ESPN, a lot of people don't get lucky like that.
All right, I want to ask you about the other animal, and that's the New York media and the fans. If you remember, you're the last player, the Jets, that I've looked at actually cheered for. Usually they boo their draft picks. So just talk about the fans and the media and how that plays out into a player, to not let that bother them.
Well, New York is a place, it is the head of the snake, or the face of the lion. And let me tell you something, where that head and face goes, that's where all the attention will flow. So, one thing you must understand going into New York is that you got to be modest, you got to be humble, you got to treat everyone as if they the most important person in the room. You cannot take arrogance and pride and all those negative things. If they love you, they going to ride with you. Eli Manning is the comp. You look at how he treated the New York media, how the New York media treated him. You got to stay humble. You got to smile. You got to make yourself available. You got to be accountable. Don't point the finger at no one else. You got to say, hey, it's me. I messed up. I got to do better. You got to go back into the kitchen and redo the ingredients, and put that bread back in the oven. Because the one thing about the New York media, you get on that wrong side, you will definitely be buried on that wrong side. You can't come out of it.
Oh, that's great advice, and I know you see how the players are different today. What advice would you give to a young player today that you didn't know about back then?
Three things I think I should have played 20 plus years. I had that ability and I cut myself short because there's three things that's going to attack your livelihood. The number one thing is you got to say no. You got to tell them no. No, I can't go out, hang out with you. No, I'm not the most handsome guy you've seen. No, I'm not going to marry you. No, I'm not trying to get in a relationship. You got to tell them no. Because what happens is the person that could affect you the most is the one. Look at this. I can affect you because I'm the closest to you. And you got to realize that all people around you aren't your friends. All people around you, they want that free meal. They want the things that you have. They want you to make their life better. It's going to be a one-sided event. So you must tell them no. Okay, the second thing I would say, invest in your body. LeBron James is the comp. Make sure you be cordial when you get your massages, okay? Um, well, you know what happened to Deshaun, and now we're dealing with the kicker Justin Tucker uh, in Baltimore. You gotta take care of your body. You gotta eat right. You gotta eat the right foods. You got to get the proper sleep. You got to do all those things to allow your body, because that is your work. Your work is your temple, your body. Must be holy. Man, listen, I don't know if you believe anything, you better go to church or you better do something or go to a mosque or I don't know to take on all the day-to-day challenges that comes with being the richest person in the room. And when a man don't have proper knowledge and understanding with a bunch of money, that means that he will be exposed on the things that he can't control. So if you like this, it's going to be a whole lot of this happening. If you like that, that's going to be elevated even more. So don't be going in them bars, drinking, smoking, and doing all that stuff. Take care of your temple. It is holy unto thy, and you just make sure you do that. The third thing, whatever money you get, listen to me. A lot of guys have came to me after I shared this, because see, I'm in the business of giving. I like to tell you the truth. I hate to see people suffer. You suffer for the lack of knowledge. So basically, if you don't give that money to Uncle Sam, put it in some treasury bill, let it bury for 10 years, 15, 20 years, let it mature. You go think you missed an investment. I'm going to invest in this restaurant. Hey, a pig farm. I heard it all. Hey, I got this business. I'm selling pigs. I'm selling cows. I'm selling you got to stay away from that. You can't go in the restaurant business while your energy and focus, or you'll be divided and fractionalized in many different pieces. You got to not destroy your wealth and the ability to make wealth. Reserve it, put it in the right place. Shaquille O'Neal, they said when he first got his money, what he did, he put it all in the bank and left it there. You would be better off doing that with that talent than to go and invest in every one idea, and people will rob you and they will leave you there naked, shamed, and alone. And people will have to learn the hard way from that. So just make sure you bury the money, put it in the right place, preferably United States government, because if they go broke, the whole world is going broke. So put it there, play ball, work hard, keep yourself in those three categories. You're going to end up being a helpful person to everyone you meet when your career is over. 25%. It's a 25-75 rule. Spend 25%, and 75 you save.
That's a great rule, and I wish I was young enough because I would have your baby. I would. So, before we let you go, Troy is a huge college football fan, and we would be amiss if we didn't ask, what was that experience like to play for that coach? There are many coaches that we can still remember by name, but Osborne, a legend.
He's like a second father. You can pick up the phone right now. I could call him right now, and he will pick up the phone. He's there for you. He's a man of wisdom. He's he's Dr. Tom Osborne. He has been a diplomat. He has represented state of Nebraska very well. He has helped so many young men. I love him. I think I would have done more. I wish I could coach him. Tell you what, he is the greatest coach that I know, and I have much respect for him on any level. He's the greatest coach. And Tom Osborne, I think he's third on the all-time winningest list. I think Saban is second, and I think Bobby Bowden is third. And we would had four natties if the referees didn't call back 14 points. Y'all know y'all did wrong in favor for you.
Some insight and perspective. And Troy, final thoughts with Johnny before we bring in Will Stein.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you taking time with us, Johnny. I mean, we could talk to you for hours about those Nebraska teams as well, but just your final thoughts on tonight's draft. Do you expect a lot of trades? Guys moving around?
I would like to see the Giants. I know they won't do it, but Will Anderson and C.J. Stroud was picked next to each other early in the top 5. I would like to see the Giants pick Shedeur Sanders at 3 and give the Patriots whatever they want. Say, I give you my second, third, whatever. I would get Abdul Carter, neutralize the Eagles and the Cowboys and their skins, because I'm sorry, the Commanders, when I played, they was the skins, but the Commanders. So I would like to see that. I'm sure it won't happen, but I tell you what, it's going to be exciting to see what happens tonight.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Oh, and one last thing.
Yes, go ahead.
I would say this. I would love to see the Pittsburgh Steelers trade up to the 3rd spot with the Giants and give up less for Shedeur to go with DK Metcalf and George Pickens. That will be the neutralizer for, I think, the greatest athlete in the NFL, my favorite player, Lamar Jackson. That's the only way you're going to neutralize him. Ain't nobody going to beat that kid. He owns the NFC. Have you ever seen a man play 7 years in the NFL and has lost one or twice to the NFC? He owns the NFC regular season, Lamar Jackson.
Just wish it could beat teams to win that Super Bowl again, right?
You got to win those Super Bowl. Just make all the money.
Hey, by the way, speaking of Super Bowl, do you feel like you didn't make it because you didn't get to that level? I mean, is there ever a disappointment you never got that chance?
I had the chance, but I fumbled the ball. And maybe the next time I come on, we'll use it as a teaser for later. I'll tell you the opportunity I had to go to the Super Bowl. I was signed in the right spot, and it's a dear friend of mine. He's one of the great. Sean Payton, Campbell. I can go on and on and on. And a person that I would have loved to have seen in my trip here is Bill Parcells. I love him, and I would love to just give him a hug. I wish I could do that. That would be one of my bucket lists before I leave you.
All right. Well, Johnny, thanks. And it's not often we get to replace a legend with another legend, but we got our co-host Will coming in here. But thank you, Johnny. We're going to swap out. Troy, it's a very special treat. And again, one of the best. Go look at his stats. A big old group. And hey, we got a Will Stein sighting. Troy, where's he been all weekend?
Get up in I don't know, but I'm glad we found him. He's been everywhere. butt here, but I'm glad he finally made it in the building. He was eating cheese curds, I think, the last couple hours, but good to see you, Will.
Maybe. Good to see you too, fellas. I got lost in the Packer fan swarm out there, so I was just trying to make it here live, fellas.
Oh, speaking of that, Will had an opportunity to talk to all of the fans that are here, and it was kind of cool to see Will talking to just all those people that are excited to be part of the draft.
Man, who do you want to see the Minnesota Vikings select with the 24th
I would really like the
overall
Vikings
pick?
to select Tyler Booker with the 24th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
What do you think they will do?
I think we will trade back out of the first round with the New York Giants, and they will select Jackson Dart.
Okay. I'm here with Bucks superfan Mike Deeren.
Afro Man, yes.
Afro Man. Sorry, Ben, we love
it's
you,
all
but
good.
anyhow, who do you want to see your Buccaneers draft tonight?
I want to see us pick up. We need some over-the-top help. We've got a solid offensive line. We've got a great offense. We got our receivers are set, especially with the McMillan kid we picked up last year. I'd like to see us get some over-the-top help. I'd like to see us get a corner, some nasty linebackers. We definitely need some help over the top. So that's where I'd like to see us go with first rounds.
Maybe a safety help too.
Yeah, a little bit, absolutely. But they were throwing them over our heads all year, so I'd like to let's just address that first, and then we'll see where they go. I trust in Jason Light. Last year he put on a clinic with the draft. We had amazing draft last year, so in Light we trust.
This is license plate Joe of the New York Football Giants. Who do you want your team to draft tonight?
I do. You can't go wrong with anyone there, but I think the Giants are going to go whatever the Browns don't. So I think the Browns are going to take Hunter, and I believe that the Giants want Carter. So I think it's going to fall into place just fine.
So the defensive end out of Penn State.
Yes,
okay.
sir. Let's go. We are.
I'm here with Oscar, Green Bay Packers superfan.
That's right, super duper Packer fan, baby.
Who do you think Green Bay is going to select?
Man, I personally think they're going to make a trade. I think so. And I think they're going to go either make a trade with Pittsburgh. That's what I think that's going to happen.
Who do you want the Jacksonville Jaguars to select?
I would like Hunter. I would like. It doesn't matter. We just want to win.
Who do you think Philadelphia is going to take?
I got us. If we do draft anybody in the first, because I think we're going to actually trade back, I want them to get the safety from Georgia. I think he's going to be the best pick. They'd have to trade up to get him. There's no way he's going to fall to number 32. We'll see what happens. This is how he sees it. We own the draft because Howie gets it done.
Apparently you guys own Georgia too.
We do. The Georgia Bulldogs all know to come to Philadelphia to win Super Bowls. That's how it works. Go Birds. Yeah.
Well, so there is a look. Oh, and Troy's gone. So bye, Troy. Troy went off to go get set up for the rest of the draft. As we told you, we are here all evening, hopefully talking to some of the players and the stars and all those guys tonight. But Will, what was that like for you to get out there? I know you didn't have your Vikings gear on, but interacting with the fans and stuff like that, it was pretty crazy out there.
It was fun to recognize me without my Viking stuff, so I thought it was kind of interesting to let them see me from a neutral point of view. They were thinking, where are you at? What are you doing? It's like, I'm just here having a good time, being in professional mode and having a good time with you guys. So it was fun.
And it really has been crazy to see all of these fans. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of fans that are walking around,
Hey guys.
checking out, but if you notice in our video, a lot of Green Bay Packer fans. I wonder why. So you can, every now and then you'll see a smattering of a Colts jersey, a Rams jersey, but it's a great opportunity for the fans of Lambeau Field who can't host a Super Bowl, and the biggest they could ever get is an NFC Championship, and it's been a while for that. So this really is nice for Titletown. I've been here a lot of times to see this stadium really change, and it's amazing to think that this stadium is so old, yet it looks state of the art. I mean, it's beautiful what they've done to it, the history around here with all of the statues and things like that. I mean, it truly is an amazing event.
So, definitely. I've been to Lambeau many times for a Vikings game. It was amazing to see the community come together and make this event a success. I look forward to see the players who get selected tonight and how they adapt to the new homes. It's going to be a fun transition to kick off unofficially the 2025 season as many teams open up their new Christmas presents as a little kid on Christmas.
And as we take a look at some of the fans again, this was kind of fun as Jim Strasser and Jen from Cali Strong, our sponsors, they've had a great time helping us out with our camera work. Jeff, not sure where he went, but it's really been, I feel like we've been here for a few days, and really we've only had today, but a little bit yesterday before the rain. But I have enjoyed this. It's low key. It's not like the Super Bowl where it's stressful and you can't talk to people and they try to hide you from everything. This has been truly, truly nice to just kind of relax, still be around football, and again, these fans getting an opportunity to be part of an event that they wouldn't normally be.
Definitely different seeing the full fan interaction, seeing from fans, small 32 teams, being a fan of fans. It's just amazing to be a part of.
There we got a Viking jersey there. There's a couple of Viking.
Hey, I like that. More Vikings fans. As you can see, I made it through Lambeau alive, so it was pretty fun just knowing that I'm alive and being ready to experience another season of Minnesota Vikings football. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it's been a fun night so far. We are going to get ready to be in place. We're watching the NFL Network and ESPN and all those experts. So we cannot be live because we do not have the written consent and express written consent of the NFL and all the entities. So we'll wrap up later. We'll get some interviews what we can with those picks and selections. And it's been fun having you. It's good to see you again, my buddy.
Always good to see
and
you.
I like the haircut. We all went. Well, Troy went a little shorter than us, but we got that clean, fresh cut look. So for Troy, for Will, and myself, this has been a little preview. And we were supposed to have Ryan Hogue, but he's tied up. Mr. Irrelevant is relevant because somebody is talking to him somewhere. So we apologize. Hopefully we can get him another time to come on and talk about his experience in the NFL draft. So for Troy, for Will, and myself, this has been the Geary, Stein and Stevens Show at the Draft.